Hey, this is your girl Michelle,
Hi, this is Mariah, also known as Mariah Amazing.
and you are tuned into Melanin Voices. Hey!
Hey everyone, why did I say hi though? I was like, hi.
I don't know why our intro is always just like, I don't know. It's funny.
Whatever. It's our little intro.
Anyway, we missed y'all last week.
We did.
I've been doing a lot trying to get ready for this baby, so I'm literally 9 months pregnant, y'all. So
Wow.
we're gonna have to figure this thing out. So I was been busy trying to get my life together. So I take a little break, but we back.
Yeah.
We back.
So, but speaking of being back, the Eagles is back with a win because they won this recent game, the Super Bowl, against who they play against? The Patriots? Yeah.
The Patriots. It was a really it was heart-throbbing for a lot of people because Eagles are definitely the underdogs, and
Right.
I don't know if they've ever won a Super Bowl before. So they might have, maybe not in the AFC and NFL conference or whatever, but they're literally the underdogs, and they finally won, and they beat one of the top dogs basically, because the Patriots always go to the Super Bowl every year. They always win, stuff like that. So yeah, it was funny. I guess Tom Brady's wife told his kids. Tom Brady is the quarterback for the Patriots. Told his kids like, her life lesson was you have to let other people win sometimes. That's what her life lesson was to her kids, because her dad lost the Super
Interesting.
Bowl. Like, what do you mean you have to let other people win sometimes? Whatever.
That's okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
All right, girl. If you say
Okay,
so.
right.
Just kind of trying to take their little shine away from them for a little bit. That's how I
Exactly.
feel. But anyways, more about the media over the past weekend. Kylie Jenner actually announced the day of the Super Bowl that she was pregnant this entire 9-month span and just had her baby recently a few days ago, and the internet went crazy because she shared a video about it and why she decided to keep it private and not let everybody
She
know
did a
about
good
it.
job. I know it was a lot of rumors and they tried to catch her here and there, but watching the video, it was actually not a bad video. Knowing me, I would not entertain. I don't usually try to entertain the Kardashians or the Jenners because it's just not my thing. But I actually sat and watched the video, and it was actually a nice video, and they were doing a lot. So the fact that she was able to keep her pregnancy a secret for 9 months was real.
It was, and it was obviously some speculation because, like, we heard about it, but we didn't really know that she was pregnant. So it was nice to see that she was able to keep some element to that herself, and her, her reasoning was, that she wanted to make sure she was healthy and didn't want anybody to interject during her stage. And I respect that. I feel like if I was in that position, like in the media as she is, I probably would have done the same thing, like kept it private, just because I know that their family, um, is always in the media. So I can see how that could be stressful for her and the baby.
Yeah, it is. Being stressed during pregnancy is the last thing you want, and it does affect the baby. So
Right.
she made the best decision for her and her unborn child. So yeah, the baby came on the first. We don't know the name yet. I don't think she put the name out there. But
So
Kim showed us Chicago in the video. Did you see that?
I didn't see the entire video. I think I seen like 3 minutes of the video, and
Yes,
that was
Kim
it.
showed Chicago in her video, which was
Aww,
cool. Whatever.
that is cool.
And yeah, what else? What else been going on? Oh yeah, the reboots. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, the reboots. So Martin is being rebooted, and T and Tamara have talked about Sister possibly being in the works of being rebooted as well. And I loved both the shows. Right, Martin is I feel like Martin's a classic, and I think that Sister is definitely a classic. My only objection about I'll start with Martin. Only objection about Martin is just, the things that he did back then might not be as funny or something that people can relate to now. Just how he used to talk about Pam and stuff, and the way he used to speak to Gina and stuff, people could probably take that differently now that people are like, what the hell? So that's kind of, it's going to be interesting to see how they do that, because you know how he used to talk about Pam weave wearing or whatever, and more stuff too. I just don't want to go it's too detailed, but you know, he just talk about her. So I'm like, I wonder how they're gonna do that, like make that spin, because that's kind of the whole. And I don't want to see it because Tommy's not there. So I just, it's a dilemma for me. The way a year or two ago. So
yeah, I was all confused about their reboot. It has to be. I get exactly what you're saying. It has to be more as in today's world funny. And they're really getting old, so people gonna be like, these old heads are not funny. It's like your parents making a joke,
right?
And it's like mom, dad,
chill.
That was not funny. That was not funny. Like, that was sorry. Like, go somewhere with your sorry jokes. So I feel like that could be a thing that could possibly happen. I was also shocked about the whole Tina. It's Tina, right? Is that
Tia.
Regina's real name?
What, Tia? Oh, what we on the? You said
what's Regina?
Gina. Oh, Tashina.
Yeah, what's Gina's real name?
Tisha.
Tisha. I was like, yo, I don't know whether her
Tashina
real name
Arnold is Pam, and Tisha is Gina.
Okay. I just know Gina was the reason why the show got canceled in the first place. Right. So, about her, like, you know, her, I don't know if it was sexual relations or, like, her relationship with Martin or whatever the case may have been. So, it's just kind of weird for them to do a reboot and her to be, like, all giddy about it. We don't know. Yeah, we don't know what the real, you know, behind the story is, but it's like, do y'all need the money? So I'm a little suspect about it.
I'm kind of like you, kind of apprehensive. As far as sister, I'm not asking. I feel like they can make that work. Like, I would like to see Tia, like, you know, living her life, Tamara living her life, and I would like to see that. It would be cool to see. I think, to see them in their new element.
Should it be like they have kids? Like, should it be them as adults?
I think it should. I really do think it should. Like, you know, I don't know if you've seen it, but have you seen That's So Raven, the reboot of it, That's So Raven?
I think I might have watched one episode. Was it good?
It was cool. It was nice to see her and, like, Chelsea, like, grown up. They were still, like, themselves, but they had children, so it was nice to see that transition. I don't know. It was cool to see. But I don't know how I feel so much about reboots, because I just feel like it takes a lot from Black artists, or just wanting to be up in the rise, like producers and writers, and they are getting their chances taken away from people who want to just do reboots and not, like, give them their shine to create something fresh and new and, you know, of the times for us now. Like, no offense to those who do want to see a reboot, but I just feel like it kind of takes away from those that actually want to create new content.
Yeah, that's true. I would like to see more people like the Martins and stuff really dive into getting some younger people to kind of get how they were, like encouraging them to create content and do something that's more like a mentoring thing instead of like, I want to do it myself. And I think they could really create something great if they were to do that. Like, Martin needs to find him a little Martin and say, you remind me of, like, myself, and say, like, let's do this. Like, let's do this kind of, and it doesn't even have to be like Martin, but it could be like a, you know, a whole, I miss those shows like Martin and stuff, but it needs to be like today's day and age.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree with that. That should be, I don't know, that should be something that they should look into. But will they do it? Who knows? Because they're so into these reboots versus, like, creating new content. Because, like, if we was just stuck on reboots all the time, we wouldn't have a great show like Insecure, and you know what I mean? Like,
that's true.
I don't know.
Sure.
But yeah, I agree.
Which one should we talk about first?
You want to talk about, let's talk about Kim.
So, today's topic is about cultural appropriate and being cultural appropriation as well in the media's particular. And this stuck out to me the most because Kim recently came out with some braids. Of course, like, Kim always comes out with some cornrows, right? And she called them. You remember what she called them? I should have wrote it down. It was like
I don't remember. Bodak. I didn't see what she called them.
Not Bodak.
I can't stand you.
She said something. She said she called him, like, she didn't call him cornrows. She called him something else. And a lot of people were really upset with her. They said, like, what did you call those braids, Kim? Those are not what those braids are called. And people were really upset at the fact that she had cornrows and beads, and she was really flaunting them, like, you know, in her own way. So I think that was crazy, and I'm excited. I'm ready to I'm excited to talk about why we get upset about stuff like that. She didn't take ownership of them, but people were really upset about it. Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
Kim, and I guess I'll talk more about it a little later, but most recently she came out with those cornrows and people were mad.
Yeah, I mean, if she's like trying to put a spin on it, it's kind of just weird. Like if you're paying homage, that's different, but like saying it's something that creating a whole new name for, you know what I mean? That's like me getting I don't know, getting a bendy on my head and being like, oh, this is this is just a sticker. Like it's actually not a sticker, so
That's
no.
true.
But so that brings me to my next point of this has been happening for quite some time. If you follow me on Instagram or Twitter or Snapchat, any social media, if you follow me in any social media, Mariah_amazing, I have been doing Black Facts every day for the month of February. And my Black Fact yesterday was about Esther Jones, baby Esther, who was obviously African American singer, entertainer of the late 1920s, and she was like known for her baby style of singing. So she had scat like sound, like babies sounds in her scats. It was very popular for using the word boo doop and boo and stuff like that. So uh, a white lady who was also a singer by the name of Helen Kane saw baby Esther at an act in 1928 and liked her style of singing so much that she decided to imitate it and market it as her own. And that is how Betty Boop came into play. Now, there's been a lot of speculation like, oh, well, Helen Kane, improvised it and made it her own, but I don't believe that is true. And I feel like a lot of other people would say the same, because if it's something that originated for someone else, I feel like there should be some type of homage paid and some type of credit due to that person. You can't just completely take exactly what they did and say and market it as your own. It's just, one, not right, and two, wrong in all ways. So that's what brought us to our topic about cultural appropriation and how that is played in the media. And
yeah, let's talk
so we
about
brought up
it.
Kim. Let's
And
do it.
yeah, she called her braids Bo Derek braids.
I don't know what the hell that means. I'm not gonna lie.
She called them Bo Derek braids because I guess a recent model, no, not a recent model, a model back in the day wore that same hairstyle, and she was paying homage to her. And that which was a white woman, but that white woman was also paying homage to a black woman who she originally got her braids from. So I guess whatever. That's why she called them the Bo Derek braids, because that's what she got the style of her braids. Anyway, whatever. Let's talk about the hot button topic.
Anyways, yeah. So Michelle came up with a list of questions that we should address for hot button topic, and one of the first questions that she came up was like, what is the problem with cultural appropriation? Well, what do we, anyways, personally feel is a problem with cultural appropriation? But before we even talk about that, did you want to read the definition of it, Michelle, that you had out?
Yeah, sure. The idea of cultural appropriation has recently entered mainstream debates about the ways in which African cultural creations are used, borrowed, and imitated by others. In fashion, art, music, and beyond, some people now argue that certain African cultural symbols and products are off limits to non-Africans.
And other cultures too, y'all.
Yeah.
But what's the problem with it?
Whatever.
Yeah. But what is the problem with this? The problem, from my point of view, I would say is, it's like I said earlier. I think I just said this, but if not, I'll restate it. The problem for it is just the simple fact that I think I have a problem when it's said to be used as your own. You know what I mean? It just kind of gives off people who are looking at it or partaking in it that you are the originator of it, and you did this, and your culture is the creators of this, and it doesn't give, I guess, credit to those that actually did it, and so it kind of diminishes the actual cultural piece of it in my eyes. So that's just like me, like I said earlier, wearing a bindi, or if I got a henna tattoo and I'm like, nah, girl, this is a henna tattoo. Like this is from me. Like I made this henna tattoo. Like actually, no, you didn't. It's actually actually an Indian form of art, body art, and it's not made by you, wasn't created by you. You didn't think of it to do this. Actually, it's a little bit deeper than you
Right.
just throwing on a henna. So I just feel like it's just disrespectful as hell.
Yeah.
That's the problem
I
with it.
think I agree with you with the problem, but I also at what point do we say like what could Kim have done differently about those braids? Should she have put,
Right.
shout out to my African American sisters or African cultural like people for creating these wonderful braids that I'm rocking today? Would that make people more happy, or do you think no matter what she, no matter what she puts, that people are still going to be mad about it?
I think she's Kim Kardashian, so no matter what she puts, people are gonna be mad about it. She's Kim. People are just gonna be
Yeah,
mad. But I feel like the fact that she chose to put that lady's name ignited the fire. Fire was already there. It's Kim
yeah,
Kardashian. She got braids on. They get mad. But the fact that she gave homage to somebody else that didn't create it, then it became a
yeah,
problem. That's probably why they're so upset. But like you said, like, well, you didn't say this, but like you just kind of asked, the I mean, she's Kim, so they're gonna be mad at her regardless. Like the girl could the girl could put a rainbow on her pants, like, I'm happy today. They're
yeah,
like, bitch, why are you
exactly.
happy? You know? So I don't at the end of the day they totally don't like her, but I think that it ignited the fire when she decided to give homage to a lady who wasn't black when it was pretty obvious that the
Right.
braids didn't originate from her.
Yeah, I agree.
That's probably why
It's
they were
just, yeah,
more
I
upset.
think what gets people most upset is that when we do it, right, when we African Americans do it, it's seen
Mm-hmm.
as it's seen as unprofessional.
Right.
It's
Ghetto.
seen as ghetto. It's seen as inappropriate. It's seen as it has a certain characteristic that belongs to it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's almost like blackface.
Mm-hmm.
So when we do something and we wear braids and beads and all that stuff, it's seen as, not appropriate and etc. But when we have people outside of our race use the things that we created, then it's seen as beautiful, it's seen as gorgeous,
Trendy.
it's trendy. And I think that's the main issue, is that colorism and the fact that we associate things beauty with, with white people or even people outside of African descent as being more, it looks better on them or whatever the
Right, more
case may be. Yeah,
desirable.
more desirable. So it's I think that's the main issue, is that society doesn't
Mm-hmm.
accept us for the things that we created, but someone else does it, then it's okay.
Right.
Yeah. So I
I mean,
think that.
absolutely. From the beginning of time, I mean, we talked about this a long, long time ago. Like maybe our first few episodes, we talked about this and how, growing up, we were teased for different things, and most of our things were stuff that is like deemed beautiful now. Like I was teased for my lips
Mhm.
growing up. Like you got big ass lips, you got your lips so fucking big, da da da
Right.
da. And now there's lip plumpers, and women are trying to get lip injections, and it's nice, it's cute to have bigger
Right.
lips. Whereas when I was growing up, I was teased for that shit. You
Exactly.
know what I mean? So I think it's more deep rooted, like you were saying, like the
Yeah.
whole beauty
Exactly, and your
attribute.
skin was being, no one's seen as this as being beautiful, and now you see people just
Right.
wanting to make their skin a little darker or whatever the case may be. It's just
Right.
we still live in a state, we still live in a mindset where we are still seeing that racial component, and it's not okay. And even when we go out in business, like even professionally in the workplace, it's still seen as not
Right.
okay, but someone else did it, it would be okay. So I think we still have a lot of battles to fight. That's what it's telling me, is that we still have to
For
keep fighting the
sure.
battle, but we can't keep on letting people think that it's okay neither. Right.
Okay.
Like stop praising it too. Like at some
I
point we
get
need to
you.
hold people like Kim and the people who like took Betty Boop, I forgot what was her name.
You said the lady who took Betty Boop or
Yeah, the
Helen
one who
came.
created Helen Kane. We need to hold more women like them, the Kardashians and stuff, more accountable. And I think, and a part of us holding them more accountable is to just educate and try to let her know it's not okay. Besides getting mad and frustrated and things like that. But part of the reason is probably because she really just doesn't know what she's doing,
Mm-hmm.
So, she might know,
She
but
might
her
know. That's
man
the
probably
thing.
be like, "Who cares? Baby, you still gonna sell? You still gonna get over 1 million views or likes or
Because
whatever."
we feel towards that. And I was saying this is totally off topic, but I was saying this year, how about Black people? We don't drive traffic to them because the more views they get, the more I was talking about Tommy Lauren. Tommy Lauren. We'll never mention her again because
Yeah.
she's not worth it. But anyway, she gets a lot of views. As soon as we mention her, oh, we're mad at her. Everybody goes to her page and flocks to her page and comments and posts. She gets money when you do that. You build traffic for her, so that's helping her. So you're helping her. So ignore her. So fuck her.
Exactly.
Stop feeding the fire. Forget her. She's gonna be ignorant. She's gonna be dumb. She's gonna be racist. She's gonna be whatever she is, and we don't need to keep on giving her attention because she doesn't deserve it.
Right. And that's a part of the solution, right? That was one of our questions, what is the solution? And I think that's one of the biggest solutions is to stop giving this stuff attention. The more we give it attention, even if it's about our hatred, it's giving them more, more likes, more views, and that's what they want. That's what they want.
Exactly. And like you said, if they don't know, because you're we don't know if she knows, right? We're not at Kim's house. We don't know if she knows. But I feel like we could educate. But after that, at a certain point, it's okay, we educated it and you're still doing it. So now, I said educated it. We told you about it. We educated you on it. And you're still doing it. So now it's kind of fuck you. So you're going to keep doing it anyway. Bet. Now we don't have to draw attention to you.
Exactly.
Type thing.
But honestly, that's one of our biggest problems and one of our biggest hurdles is that we are consumers. Black people, we love social media. We love consume, we like to buy and purchase things that are trendy, and we will cling to anything that we feel is more socially appropriate or socially liked and things like that. And I feel like we're constantly racing against each other and also racing against what media portrays as being appropriate or beautiful and things like that. And I'm pretty sure that goes for a lot of other people, but the only reason why I want to specifically characterize Black people in particular is because the only way that we're going to get a little further ahead is if we start start being more accountable of those things and saying you know what, I'm not going to entertain this bull anymore. And we can see how many people will stop doing what they're doing because we stop entertaining them.
True. Yeah, absolutely. And we have to hold ourselves accountable in doing so, because many times we're talkers and not doers. We'll be yeah, we talk all day, we're done do this, but as soon as it's time to actually take a stance, it's oh well, I mean, it ain't that bad. I ain't
right. Y'all need to stop talking about her. Y'all need to stop let that girl be. Okay, but when you do it and you get fired for it, or someone looks at you like you look ghetto because you Black and did it, then you should take it more seriously.
Right. I agree. Have you ever had to educate somebody? Because we talk about education and letting people know that that's not wrong and why it's not right. Have you ever had to tell somebody, yo, that wasn't cool, you wearing that or you talking that way or what you doing that wasn't cool? Have you ever tell somebody that?
Yes, I have. And I had to do it in the workplace particularly.
Oh, that sucks.
Which makes it worse because I currently work around a woman particular, or work around people who are not culturally intelligent. So a lot of the things that they say are not well thought out, and some of the things that they think is appropriate is not well thought out. So the fact that I have to speak for my people, always, I thought I was getting away from that, but I always have to be. It's almost this my purpose. I have to speak for educating her on that's not appropriate, because I think when you grow up the way that I feel like this person has grown up, she just doesn't see it. She just doesn't get it. She thinks that what she's doing is oh, it's not a bad thing. I think I'm doing what's right, or whatever the case may be. And then her jokes and things like that are very inappropriate. But she's still in a high position, and that's what I'm saying. It's at what point do I have to hold her accountable, right? That it's not going to affect me in my position, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, at that point, she's blatantly doing it to be disrespectful. So it's like, okay, I see how you're rocking. Cause I already told you how I felt about it, and you're
Yeah.
still doing it. So like, at
Yeah,
that
and it
point,
sucks
you've
because
done
there's
your
a
part.
lot of people like her in a lot of high positions. Her, like, you know, a lot of people like them in a lot of high positions that are making the decisions, who are pointing the finger, who are making those kind of assumptions about what is culturally appropriate and what's not. And it sucks because that's how it continues to ripple. Like, it just keeps going and keeps going. So at one point, we put our foot down and say, no, it's not okay.
This isn't cool.
I think it takes time, honestly.
It does, and they have to be receptive to it too. Like, it doesn't seem like she's receptive to hearing what you have to
Right.
say.
Or just
Like,
doesn't
she's
get
not
it, or just
really
doesn't click. It
care.
doesn't click.
Yeah.
What about you? Have you ever had to
tell anybody about themselves? I haven't. It's more so my workplace. They're more so they say like trendy stuff that we say, like that's lit type shit. But it's not like she wore cornrows and she's like raising her fist or nothing crazy quite yet. Knock on wood, because it would happen. But I haven't said anything. I'm like, that is lit though. But like, I don't know exactly how to like. I don't think that it's something that I need to say anything yet. I'm like, well, he said it's lit, but is that like something big enough to be like, really? That's lit? Where you get that from? Types. You know what I mean? I'm like, but I haven't been into that scale of you and that lady.
Yeah, it always finds me for some reason. It always hits me. I'm like, yo, why do I be around this? Like,
that's God. Like, what you gonna do now?
What you gonna do now? Like, whatever. So you know, I think the vocabulary thing is not really a big issue as long as as long as you're being yourself and you're not changing into a different person when you're around like black people or
a black person.
Yeah, like
right.
You feel like you need to talk like it's like me going and talking white to a white person. Like, what is talking white, right? And how would that make you feel if I was not the person who you know who I'm supposed to be? If that's who you are all the time, then be that person all the time. But don't try to pick and choose how you want to be.
When Mariah walks in the room, saying that's lit, fam.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's not like that yet. So if I, you know, that lady, then that's justified for you to say something.
Right.
But yeah, no, but I guess that's good then that you haven't had to like, that you haven't like, I don't know how to describe it because I feel like the lady, that's kind of testy because she is in a higher
that's
position,
what I'm saying.
Which is unfortunate.
So it just says a lot about people, and it depends. And honestly, I'm in charge of my destiny, so I don't have to be there. I don't have to be around that if I don't want to, and I can easily walk away.
Yeah, absolutely. Baby Nova would be kicking when she hear her coming around.
I know, right? It's uncomfortable. Yeah, so it's okay. I'm gonna put it into that soon. Put it that way. I already have like stuff in place because I'm like not playing. Like it's getting ridiculous.
Yes. Sometimes you gotta be strategic in the workplace. If it was like at a bar, we could say what we're gonna say, but in the workplace, it's different. This is your means of income. This is your means of survival.
Yeah. So was there you do Snapchat convos? How'd it go? Or Instagram?
I did. And I didn't really get that many responses on Snapchat convos, which is very unfortunate, you guys. But I'll head over to Instagram and show my results, like number wise, because I did mention I was gonna do that. So my question that I asked Instagram as a poll was: have you personally had to educate or confront someone about cultural appropriation? And 76% people said yes, and 24% of people said no, I haven't. So interesting to see. So basically, out of that, so 76% means 16 people, and the 5 people said no, I haven't.
Well, that's a pretty big number of people who have to.
That's a pretty good number. I was
speak up on it, so that means people are being more understanding and speaking up more about it. Probably more than we've ever had before in the past. I'm sure.
Yeah, they're more aware, which is good. And I got some responses for my long-ended question, which was my question was, have you had to confront them about it? And what do you think that the solution is? And the solution was from Perry, and his Instagram is Dat Cute Fat Guy, DAT Cute Fat Guy. And Perry said, the solution to, he said he doesn't know if there's a solution at all. It's just something we have to deal with, but it also goes both ways. And I said, okay, all right, you go ahead, Perry. And Claudia chimed in as well and said, just knowing the actual history behind things and honestly giving credit when it's due. And she said, honestly, I think it's a matter of staying in your lane. Like, if you don't have to do it, just appreciate it. So that was what Claudia and Perry said. And got another one from Molly World. And she said, educate. Don't feel indifferent when they simply don't know. Professors are not out here educating white people on how you do not supposed to touch black hair, etc., etc. So those are my 3 responses from Instagram. Part of the conversation and how they felt about it, and how they thought that you should go about educating people on the topic.
Good.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Snapchat, I didn't get any responses.
I know we specifically talked about black people and things like that, but cultural appropriation goes a long way. And it could be any religion, anything that's, you don't make fun of people. You have to be you need to be careful about what you claim as your own and what you imitate and say, hey, this is not okay. And if I am going to rock this and I'm going to do this, then I need to do it the right way. Like the Chiefs, the NFL football team, are actually taking away their mascot because it's inappropriate. And it took long for them to do it. So, it's a matter of time where people are finally starting to say, you know what, that's inappropriate. Right. That's not okay. It's not nothing to, put on your head. You're not supposed to put I'm not sure what the band is called, but it's not okay. Same thing goes for Indian cultures, Chinese cultures, all those cultures. So, and religions, like hijab, wearing your hijab, or
exactly.
That's a lot of things.
So, and religions, that goes a lot. Is very deep rooted for sure. Having cultures is lit. We get it. You want to appreciate it, but just appreciate it sometimes. You ain't got to partake all the time, especially if you don't know the origin of it. But yeah, so what is she doing? Like, girl, I'm trying to partake in melanin voices.
Yes. I literally have to stand up, girl. This baby getting on my nerves. See, it's getting harder. Like, moving around too much.
Wish I could see her right now.
She's trying to be in melanin voices. Okay. So I have to stand up. Okay. So, was there any Black Business of the Week? Or we kind
of Black Business of the Week? I didn't have one actually. I didn't have a Black Business of the Week. Did you have any Black Business of the Week that you wanted to share?
Not this week, and that's okay.
No, I don't know, you guys. If you guys have any Black businesses that you guys want us to know about, please let us know. We would love to share the Black Business of the Week. I mean, that's what we're here for.
Yeah,
y'all.
Or if you're working on something personal business of your own that you want to just broadcast, then let us know so we can put it on here and talk more about it.
Absolutely. I mean, that's what we're here for, to help. So, if you know of anything, let us know. I think how about this? Since to show everybody my Black facts that I've been doing. Let me read each Black fact.
You want to read all 5 of your Black facts?
Let me read them. Yes,
no,
I do.
You can read 3 of them. Don't.
Okay, I will read. How about 4 of them? Because I already read one of them. Okay. First one is Getting Fired from Office Depot inspired Janelle Monáe to write Letting Go, the song that would reach the stars of Outkast, Big Boy, and launch her career. Number 2, Stevie Wonder led the campaign to have Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday designated as a national holiday. In the 1940s to 50s, the Five Points in Denver, Colorado was a popular place to hear jazz legends like Billie Holiday, Charlie Parker, and Miles Davis, making the Five Points known in some circles as the Harlem of the West. And Garrett Morgan created a precursor for the modern-day traffic light. So that traffic light you see, Garrett Morgan was the inventor.
Okay, I thought they were going to be long. That's why I was like, girl, but they weren't. We'll keep doing it. We'll keep doing it for the whole month of February.
Yes, and if you follow me, like I said, Mariah_amazing, you can see it post live, so you can see it right away. You don't have to wait for the episode.
Make sure you follow Mariah and see the posts. Show the love.
Yes.
But all right, well, that is the end of Melanin Voices for today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you ever felt like you were in a situation where you want to confront someone about something culturally appropriate and you just don't know what to say, reach out to us and, we can do our best to try to help. Well, I can also do my best, and Mariah, I know, to do our best to just brainstorm together about the best way for you to go about kind of confronting the person, especially if it has anything to do with your work environment, which I know could be very hard to do. But let's talk about it together, and we'll, come together and figure something out. Because don't hold it in, because you're gonna let the next person, kind of get messed up based off this person's culture not being culturally appropriate. So.
Exactly. And if you want to talk about anything else too, you want to talk about anything, you can write us at melaninvoices1@gmail.com, and we can, respond to you. We want to talk to you guys through email.
All right. Well, that is it. We are out of here. Peace.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.